Two families. Two houses. One above ground, one below it. One with everything, one with almost nothing. And between them, a plan so brilliant, so perfectly executed, that it could only end one way, in catastrophe. Meet the Kim family. Father Ki-taek, mother Chung-suk, son Ki-woo, daughter Ki-young. They live in a semi-basement apartment in Seoul, a banjiha, half underground, half above the pavement. They're not quite homeless, but they're one bad month from it. They fold pizza boxes for pocket money. They steal Wi-Fi from the neighbors. They are, by every measure, surviving, and barely. Then Ki-woo's friend Min-hyuk stops by. Min is heading abroad for graduate school. He wants Ki-woo to take over his private tutoring job, an English tutor for a wealthy family's teenage daughter. Ki-woo points out he isn't actually enrolled in university. He also leaves behind a susiak, a scholar's rock, a decorative stone traditionally given for wealth and success. Ki-young forges the university credentials in 20 minutes. They don't even discuss whether to do it. There is nothing to discuss. Ki-woo arrives at the Park family home, designed by a famous architect, built into a hillside filled with light. The Parks are rich in the way that feels almost abstract, not just wealthy, but buffered. He meets Park Young-kyo, the mother, warm, slightly gullible, deeply eager to do the right thing. She hires him immediately, and Ki-woo begins to notice something. They also have a younger son, Da-song, who needs an art therapy tutor. Ki-woo suggests he knows just the person, his friend Jessica, a graduate of the Illinois Institute of Technology, an expert in art therapy. That is, of course, Ki-young. In character as Jessica. She is astonishing. Within an hour, she has Young-kyo completely convinced. The Parks hire her. Two Kims are in the house. Now the plan expands. They frame the Park family's existing driver for having a woman in the car on the job, planting underwear under a seat, staging the discovery so Young-kyo finds it. The driver is fired. Ki-taek becomes the replacement. One phone call, one planted piece of fabric. The Kim father is inside. The housekeeper, Moon-gwang, is next. Ki-young discovers she's allergic to peaches. They leave peach fuzz on surfaces, trigger a reaction, convince Young-kyo that Moon-gwang has tuberculosis. The housekeeper is dismissed. Chung-suk gets the job. All four Kims are now employed by the Park family, none of them knowing each other. They act as strangers at work. And one evening, while the Parks are away, they sit together in that beautiful house and breathe it in. Ki-taek looks around and says, "This place is nice. Quiet." Ki-woo says, "If we lived here, we'd be nice too." His father doesn't respond, but his face does something complicated, and everything changes. Late at night, the doorbell rings. It's Moon-gwang, the housekeeper they got fired. She says she left something in the basement. Chung-suk reluctantly lets her in. Moon-gwang leads her to a hidden door behind the pantry shelves. And below it, a bunker. A genuine, fully furnished underground bunker, built by the architect who designed the house, as a personal refuge. And living in it, secretly, for 4 years, Moon-gwang's husband, a man named Geun-se. Geun-se has been living under the Park house for 4 years, hiding from loan sharks who destroyed his business. Moon-gwang has been secretly feeding him the whole time she worked there, using the house, using the Parks, using their food and their warmth, completely invisible to them. And then Ki-woo comes down. Then Ki-young. Then Ki-taek. Moon-gwang watches as all 4 family members appear. She realizes what they've done. All 4 of them are the staff. Her face shifts from disbelief to something colder. Moon-gwang recorded them earlier, on her phone, through a window. She has footage of the Kims relaxing in the Park's house like they own it. She threatens to send it to Young-kyo. The Kims realize she holds everything. Then Young-kyo texts, "They're coming home early." Immediately, the Kims have minutes. In the chaos, Chung-suk shoves Moon-gwang. She tumbles down the stairs into the bunker. The Kims lock the bunker door, scramble to clean the house, hide the evidence, and get into position. Ki-taek, Ki-woo, and Ki-young end up under the living room coffee table, inches below the Park's feet, while Chung-suk serves drinks upstairs and keeps them occupied. Under the table, darkness, the smell of the sofa, their own breathing. And the rain outside is now becoming a flood. And while they're under there, Mr. Park talks. He says their driver has a smell. Not a bad smell exactly, just a smell that crosses a line. Like someone who's taken the subway. Young-kyo laughs and says she knows exactly what he means. They do not know Ki-taek is 4 inches below them, listening to every word. The Kims escape during the night, walking home through flooding streets. By the time they reach their apartment, the semi-basement is flooded. Water pours through that narrow street-level window. Everything they own is soaked, ruined. The next morning, the Parks call. Desong's birthday party. The garden. Everyone should come. The Kims show up, waterlogged and hollow-eyed, and pretending everything is fine. They set up tables and tent poles in the sunshine, as if their home doesn't exist underwater. Ki-woo slips into the bunker. Moon-gwang is on the floor. She has a head injury from the fall, and it's clearly serious. Geun-se is frantic, begging for help. Ki-woo does not help. He raises the scholar's rock, the one brought for wealth and success, and he brings it down. It doesn't go as intended. Geun-se breaks free. He erupts out of the hidden door, into the garden, into the party, with a kitchen knife. He moves fast, chaotic, driven by something beyond reason. He stabs Ki-young, right there on the lawn, in front of everyone. The lawn becomes a slaughter. Ki-young bleeds out on the grass. Young-kyo is screaming. Desong, the little boy, witnesses all of it and collapses in shock, seizing, overwhelmed. Mr. Park runs to the car to get his son to the hospital. Mr. Park reaches the car, and he stops, because Ki-taek, who has been watching his daughter bleed, who has been absorbing every humiliation for months, is right there. And in this moment of absolute crisis, Mr. Park covers his nose. The smell, that crossing the line smell. He grimaces, right in front of Ki-taek, reaching past him for the keys. Something in Ki-taek closes. Not breaks. Closes. Like a door swinging shut. He takes the knife from Geun-se's body. And he stabs Mr. Park. Right there in the garden, in the grass, in front of his family. Ki-taek then walks up the stone stairs from the garden and disappears. Ki-young is dead. Moon-gwang is dead. Mr. Park is dead. Geun-se is dead. Ki-woo survives, barely, with permanent brain damage. He is tried for fraud and forgery. Chung-suk is tried as an accessory. Ki-taek has vanished entirely. Nobody knows where he went. The story becomes a sensation. The Park House, the famous architect's masterpiece, becomes a crime scene. Then it's sold. New owners move in. And Ki-woo, released and trying to rebuild his shattered life, stands on a hill overlooking the house one day and sees a light in the basement window. Morse code. Someone is using the bunker light to send a message. Ki-woo gets a Morse code chart and sits down to decode it. It's his father. Ki-taek has been living in the bunker, the same bunker Geun-se lived in, ever since the murders. He can't leave. He has nowhere to go. The house has new owners. He steals their food at night, just like Geun-se did before him. Ki-taek's message says, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of it to go this way. I made a mistake. But also, the semi-basement was flooding when you were kids. Do you remember?" And at the end of it, he tells Ki-woo to make a plan. He always said you need a plan. Make a plan. Come and get me. Ki-woo writes his response in his imagination. He imagines it in full. He will make money. Enough money to buy that house, the Park House, the mansion on the hill. And when he owns it, his father can simply walk out of the bunker, up the stairs, into the light. No more hiding. No more plan. It's a beautiful fantasy. A perfect plan. And then we pull back. And we see where Ki-woo actually is. Still on that hillside. Still in the dark. Still broke. The house below him belongs to someone else. His father is still underground. The plan he described, the money, the house, The rescue would take more than a lifetime to achieve, probably forever, and Ki-woo knows it. He smiles anyway, and bows to the light in the window. Parasite is about the gap between planning and reality, between hoping and having. The Kims are brilliant, resourceful, and loving, and none of it is enough. Because the system doesn't reward brilliance. It rewards position. And position is the one thing you can't forge. Bong Joon-ho called it a film about the line between classes that everyone pretends doesn't exist, right up until someone crosses it. The scholar's rock, given for luck and wealth, used as a weapon, found at the bottom of a flooded apartment. It was never going to bring them up. It was always going to drag them down. That's Parasite. If you made it to the end of this breakdown, you clearly love films that make you think. Subscribe to the Recap Hub for more cinematic breakdowns just like this one. I'll see you in the next one.